Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow those eyelids to close. And when they close, feel a release of tension. Perhaps tension around your forehead, eyebrows, eyelids. Become aware of any other tension. Feel it incrementally melting away. Breathing in that resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, feeling how good it feels to just let go. And there's so many things that you could let go of. Not just tension, but thoughts, ideas. Sometimes the biggest changes take place when something that used to be part of our identity becomes released. As you breathe in and breathe out, maybe you can remember a part of your identity that is no longer a part of your identity. And the clues to identity is always in what follows the phrase, I am. So remember a time when you used to say, I am, and yet you don't identify with that now. As you breathe in slower and deeper than you normally would. And as you exhale, breathe out for longer. The deeper you breathe, the deeper relaxed you become. Feeling a wonderful feeling of drifting deeper and deeper relaxed. That's it. I want you to scan your body for any clues of tension, perhaps in unusual places. Is it possible that tiny muscles around your ears, around your nostrils, even in your fingers could be holding on to tension you don't need? To feel it melting away. Breathing in and breathing out, going deeper and deeper relaxed. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine a cinema. But I want you to imagine that this is your own private cinema. Only what they play in this cinema isn't movies, but memories. And if you can create in your imagination an entrance to a cinema, let me know by nodding your head. And just imagine walking into that cinema, walking through the doors that lead into a screen, and finding the most comfortable chair you can. And right now, I want you to imagine the screen is blank. Maybe there's those red velvet curtains that cover the screen, but nothing is playing right now. And the chairs in this cinema are 10 times more comfortable than a normal cinema. So as you sink into that chair, looking at that blank screen or red velvet curtains, give permission to completely and totally relax, releasing any tension in the jaw. That's it. As you breathe in and breathe out, I'm going to count down from 10 to 1. And with each descending number, you will feel 10% deeper and deeper relaxed. 10, just releasing any tension around your forehead. That's it, releasing it, feeling it leave your body as you breathe out. 9, focusing on the muscles around your temple, your cheeks. That's it, just loosen those muscles. 8, now focusing on all the tiny muscles that connect your ear to your chin and up around your mouth. Muscles in your jaw, your mouth around your nostrils, just release those now. 7, focusing now on your neck and your shoulders. Feeling a wonderful feeling of releasing tension. Stress is just melting away. Feel it leave your body. And then 6, notice how your arms, forearm, even fingers, they're just getting limp, loose and heavy, so relaxed. 5, as you breathe in, just imagine your internal organs are relaxing. Your heart relaxes, lungs relax, stomach, all the way into your gut. Feel a wonderful feeling that tension is being released. Stress is dissolving away. Anxiety is melting, evaporating. Notice how good it feels. As 4, you now focus there in that cinema on those comfortable chairs, just your legs are starting to relax. 3, your calf muscles, and then 2, your toes and feet, all the muscles around your ankle. That's it, breathing in, breathing out, and then 1, just feeling a wave of relaxation from your toes to your forehead and back down again, as you feel like you're sinking into that cinema chair. Perhaps see the curtains start to open, see the blank screen of a cinema. And I want you to imagine going back to a memory that you did something that led to feelings of guilt. But I want you to imagine you're observing this like you're watching a movie of what happened, the moments leading up to it, who was involved. I want you to see someone that is you, but from your past, a younger version of you. Your beliefs, your values, your experiences, they didn't have at that point in time. And just imagine watching that movie of a memory. And notice that when you perceive it as an observer, it seems to have a different connotation. Imagine you're surrounded by surround sound speakers. Any words that are said, anything communicated, you can hear the tonality, how you said those things. You're relaxing on a chair looking at a movie screen of a memory. And I want you to play it as it actually happened, to the best of your memory. And I want you to feel a sense of empathy or objectivity. You can see what happened without feeling like you're the one doing it. And when you've played the memory from beginning to end, let me know by nodding your head. This is a magical movie screen. I want you to imagine that your mind is like a remote control for this cinema. And imagine pressing the rewind button and seeing everything happening backwards. See everything happening backwards to before the moment of guilt happened. And I want you to take all of your wisdom, values, beliefs, and experiences now in the present and replay the memory with all the knowledge you now have in the way you would have wanted it to have been. Still you, still the same age, only you are updating a memory. The past is still the past, what happened has happened, but you are communicating directly with your unconscious mind that you are wiser now than you were back then. And with that wisdom, you would have handled the same situation differently. And then when you're ready, play it forward. So you're still observing, but you're now observing how you would have wanted it to have been. And when it gets to the end, let me know by nodding your head. I want you to play this same movie a few times with slight variations until you find the perfect way of updating that memory. Acknowledging that that isn't what truly happened, just that this is how you would have wanted it to have been, knowing what you now know. And maybe you can find 3 or 4 or 5 variations. Things can happen quicker in your mind than they can in reality. Keep playing them until you find the one that seems to feel just right. And when you found it, let me know by nodding your head. Rewind that one to before it's even started, and then imagine you with your knowledge right now shifting from the chair in the cinema into the screen. Feel that you've got all of your knowledge, wisdom and experiences now, but you're back in that moment in time. And play it forward from a first-person perspective. You're in your body, doing things as you would have wanted them to have been. And notice this new way feels different, perhaps more aligned. You're experiencing it the way you would have wanted it to have happened. And if this feels better, let me know by nodding your head. And because you're in that moment, the people that were affected are still there in that memory in a first-person perspective. So I want you to imagine at the opportune time, communicating directly what did happen, giving a reason even if it doesn't seem to make sense, saying that knowing what you now know, you would have done things very differently, checking their response. I want you to feel a sense of remorse that comes through your voice. You're wiser now through what happened. And I want you to apologize sincerely, knowing that what you did wasn't right. Acknowledging that you've been carrying guilt for a long time, but also that you have learned from that experience. And if it feels like the other person involved understands, let me know by nodding your head. I want you to shift perspective so you feel like you're in their body, and then play that same experience again. The accountability, the explanation, the remorse, the apology, but hear it as if it's coming from you to you, because you're in the body of the person that was affected. And if you feel that this is genuine, let me know by nodding your head. If you feel ready to apologize, from the other perspective and forgive from your perspective, let me know by nodding your head. And then give that forgiveness. And then switch perspectives. Give the apology and then hear the forgiveness. And notice that wherever guilt was located in your body seems to be melting away, seems to be easing. The function of guilt is a catalyst for change. You can't change unless there's full responsibility and accountability, but when there is, then whether the forgiveness comes from someone else or yourself, the guilt has served its purpose. But all these years of feeling guilt tells you that you care. There's very few people in the world that feel no guilt. Psychopaths and sociopaths are just two of them. So the fact that you felt this guilt all these years means you care. You care about other people. You have standards and values. And you can be grateful that you also have the capacity to change. Updating a memory is just one example of that. And realize that you can come back to any moment, relive it the way you wanted it to have been, to apologize, to receive forgiveness, each and every time releasing more of that guilt. And if your unconscious is ready to start releasing guilt in proportion to the changes that you're making, let me know by nodding your head. And then leave that cinema screen. Feel that you're back in that comfortable chair looking at a screen as you open your mind to a way of harnessing guilt to work for you rather than against you. As I talk, sometimes you will see the cinema screen showing you what your future looks like when these things happen. So see a future version of you, even if it's tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now. And when you notice guilt arising, let it serve as a reminder to return to the present moment, fully engaging with your current activity. If guilt is simply a stepping stone to mindfulness, guilt can now be harnessed. Like a windmill can harness the wind, you can harness guilt. As you allow every feeling of guilt to prompt you to think of just one thing you are grateful for in your life. Or maybe you can use guilt as a catalyst to identify and make just a tiny, small, positive change in any aspect of your life. The smaller the better, as it means it's something you can do in a moment. And when feelings of guilt surface, just know that you can channel this energy into making a healthier choice for your very next meal. Or you could let guilt motivate you to add just one more minute to your exercise routine, enhancing your stamina and strength. You can allow guilt to make your sleep better, not worse, as it reminds you to wind down earlier tonight, to feel more relaxed, setting the stage for a restful and healing sleep. guilt encourages hydration? What if guilt becomes a reminder to drink just an extra glass of water, or an extra piece of fruit that's high in water, nourishing your body and mind? And when you feel guilty, what if it could be a gentle nudge to practice mindful eating the very next time you eat, fully savoring through every sense, every bite? And maybe guilt could be a springboard to make a positive affirmation about your ability to grow and improve. Something as easy as saying, I am capable of positive change. I can improve and am improving. Or maybe guilt could help you improve just one friendship, one social connection. Could be a prompt to reach out to an old friend or family member, strengthening your bonds and enriching your social life. But it could also be a catalyst for learning and growth, as you could allow a guilty feeling to encourage you to learn something new, one tiny chunk at a time. Could be knowledge, could be a fact, a skill, or some progress on a hobby. And when guilt arises, remind yourself of your humanity and offer yourself the same compassion you would offer a friend. And what if you channeled feelings of guilt into taking a moment to just breathe deeply, calming your mind and reducing stress? Or to use guilt as motivation to do something positive for the world. Something as simple as reducing energy, recycling something, or choosing something not to waste. The main purpose of guilt is to lead to reflection, with that reflection leading to changes. So allow guilt to lead you to spend a few minutes in reflection, contemplating how you can align more closely with your values and your dream life. Remind yourself that you're doing things for people in need. And every time you remind yourself of that, you can feel grateful, you can feel kind, you can feel aligned with integrity. Or maybe the next time you feel guilty, treat the guilt as a reminder to disconnect from all of the technology around you, a phone, a TV screen, a computer, giving you a window of time to reconnect with the world around you instead. It doesn't have to be nature like lakes and forests. Even a minute in your garden can change your state. And over time, transformed guilt will become just a spark for creativity, engaging your mind and intuition into some form of creative activity that brings you joy and fulfillment and personal growth. That if in 20 or 30 years you look back on your life, maybe for a long time, guilt was making your life worse, but maybe the last few decades, you saw a life where any guilt made your life better. Use guilt as an incentive to perform just a simple act of physical wellness, like stretching or taking a short walk. If your unconscious mind is willing to either release guilt or harness guilt, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And in doing so, guilt is now empowering. Not a form of self-pity, self-loathing, self-flagellation. It's no longer punishment, but a catalyst to improve the quality of your life. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Feel like you're leaving the cinema back into your present moment in your body, right here, right now. As very soon I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, feeling like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders, feeling like the future is a pathway to a better quality of life. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.